Next up is Hiroyoshi Tahata. He'll talk about case studies of Rolfing Structural Integration incorporated with the art of yield.
Good evening. I'm happy to introduce a new perspective of Rolfing. My name is Hiroyoshi Tahata, certified Rolfing practitioner. Rolfer, we call us a Rolfer. Before becoming Rolfer, I worked at Pharmaceutical Institute, Hayashibara Biochemical Laboratories. While I worked there, I had the opportunity to collaborate with Dr. Shimotsuura and Dr. Omura. Omura sensei, 起きてますか? Since then, I understand how subtle stimulation could facilitate healing. Those experiences with them really affected my perception to human body and Rolfing practice. Rolfing structural integration is a system of soft tissue manipulation, balancing the fascial network in the whole body and movement education. It aims to enhance function by organizing the body in gravity. In the course of working as a Rolfer, I met the client who was sensitive to the pressure of touch. As in the case of rheumatoid arthritis, connective tissue disease, osteoporosis, the practitioner should touch her or him in a careful way. In response to the need to provide Rolfing to those people, Carol Agneessens and I, as a faculty member of Rolf Institute, kept an eye on one movement, yield. Yield is one of 5 fundamental actions. It means to settle or rest in contact. My kitty has a great skill to yield his body to my hand. Susan Aposhian, certified teacher of body-mind centering, said yield underlies all other developmental movements and our basic relationship to the world. Movement as yield is observed in the primitive behavior of the cell. In the presence of enough area of scaffoldings or anchorage, the cell can be grounded and extend itself to express cytoskeletal dynamics, which is essential for survival and growth. It is about well known as anchorage dependency of the cell. The cellular movement of anchorage into the matrix is the action of yielding. Let's see if the yielding reaction is like that. The boy is on the massage table before yielding. After yielding, more fitting, and further yielding, like this, more spreading, making more space inside the joints and decompress his core space spontaneously. If the appropriate touch and safe surroundings are provided for the client, the body can start yielding automatically, as first needed process to reorganize itself. And practitioner's perception is very important for this work. To promote this reaction, we found practitioner's perception is so much important. Before touch, we use the procedure for conditioning the field to transform. First, find a place to see the client comfortably. The comfortable feeling is very important for the practitioner. It's related to the context. And allow yourself as a practitioner to yield into the ground and collect the sensation into G center or hara. then expand the sensation to the space. This is a conditioning procedure. Okay, let's see the case studies with this Rolfing incorporated with the art of yield. We call the approach using yielding. Okay. In the case of the 7-year-old boy, he suffered from asthma in winter season. Through the course of the sessions, his compressed lumbar area getting more open. His spinal curvature is more balanced. Further, the boy reported that his running performance improved. Since receiving the sessions, he has gone through 3 winter seasons with no asthma attacks. The client is 80 years old. His motivation to work with me was to continue to enjoy his favorite activities like hiking. He had his sciatica, left knee pain, and numbness in his right foot. His pelvis looks more horizontalized after the first session. Since then, he keeps side-to-side balance on his pelvis. After finishing the 10 series, he felt 95% improvement in the numbness in his right foot, and his chronic right sciatica was completely gone. Other chronic pains in his right shoulder and the thigh also disappeared. For the next case, after the her session, she could not come in for another 5 weeks due to her schedule. Yet we can observe how she has changed further without any intervention. The photo of 5 weeks later was taken before the second session. The body looks more aligned than the photo just after the first session. I often observe the similar manner in many cases with the art of yield. In the case of 84 years old female, since fracturing her left lower ribs 20 years earlier, she had felt unbalanced that started gradually bending forward. She needed to use a rolling walker to walk. She reported that after the 10 series, she no longer had chronic constipation or difficulty with elimination. The walk-through session 11 has eliminated the chronic pain in her right knee, and large area of numbness from both ankles through her toes. Toes has narrowed, just on the toes. She is motivated to go out and is able to walk for a distance without her rolling walker. Her hearing in her weaker left ear also improved by 30%. It was mysterious. The result in the case studies. The art of yield was beneficial here as it helps compressed area to open and spontaneously develop more space. This approach has great potential to apply to people who have sensitive pressure of touch. So this approach induces drastic structure change without myofascial technique used in the basic Rolfing technique. And it helped to enhance support, especially on effectiveness to decompress lumbar lordosis. This work based in yielding can have a lasting effect on structure. The work helped to improve their symptom, followed by improving performance and increasing daily activities. In all cases, I didn't focus on the symptom, just focus on integration by stimulating the motility response in living tissue and establishing support. Dr. Omura and Dr. Shimotsuura reveals that appropriate stimulation on the treatment point on the dorsum of the foot they call foot gravitation center, that stimulation have some therapeutic effect. They consider that this stimulation could strengthen the arch of the foot, followed by reinforced support to gravity. We Rolfer always think about the relationship of the body to gravity. Their BDORT studies about foot gravitation center is quite meaningful for Rolfing. I presume improvement of relationship of the body with gravity may affect underlying fundamental factor. So there are a lot of possibilities of this approach. This approach is quite gentle than anticipated. I think it would be beneficial to incorporate the art of yield for various kinds of somatic practices, therapies, and medical treatments, because resourcing safe sensation in contact for the client is a foundation for healing arts. In addition, adaptability of the body to gravity is a key factor for well-being. So more information about Rolfing and the art of yield. European Rolfing Association provide Rolfing training. I have some flyers, and you can take flyers and curriculum at the reception desk. And if you need more information, my several articles are uploaded to my site yielding.org. Thank you for listening.